Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatinirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Shreshtham Manamapi Shakchiputram Atra Swarupam Rupam Tasya Gajanurvarimata Oshtavatim Radha Kundam Girivaramaho Radhika Madhavasham Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Gurum Tanatas Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Atah Parikamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagajatam Saganaraghunatan Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Bhajana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Name 653 in Sri Vishnu Sahasranama is Trilokeshah. It has very short commentary is given here. Maybe because it's a very easy name to understand. Tri means three. Note the similarity between the English and the Sanskrit. Tri is three. Loka means world or planet or people, and Isha, which becomes Asia when it comes after Loka, Trilokeshah. Trilokeshah. Or Isha or Ishvara means the controller or the ruler. So it's very easy to understand. The ruler of the three worlds is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It actually might be a bit or rather incomprehensible for someone who knows English and who's not familiar with the Vedic culture, which describes the three worlds. It's a very common concept in Vedic culture that there are three worlds: the upper planetary system, the lower planetary system, and the middle planetary system. The middle planetary system meaning this Earth, and everything above that is the upper planetary system, and below that is the lower planetary system. This is in accord with Vedic cosmology, which really doesn't fit much with modern astronomical research and assumptions. But the Vedic knowledge informs us that in the higher planetary system exist beings who, by their pious activities which were performed on earth, this earth is called Karma Bhumi, because here the actions one performs make the blueprint for our many future lives. Urdhvanga chanti satvasta madhye chishtanti rajasaha jaganya guna vritisto adhoga chanti tamasaha. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna states that persons who act piously, they will go to the upper planets. they'll go up. Persons who act in the mode of passion, they will stay in this middle area. And people who act in the abominable mode of ignorance, they go down into the lower species. And the upper planetary systems are for persons who act very piously in this world. Of course, it is possible also to perform pious activities and impious activities which affect one's karmic fortune, his destiny, even while in the upper planetary systems. But generally, in the upper worlds, people are more interested in enjoying the results of their good fortune than they are in thinking about how to preserve and perpetuate it. So the upper planetary systems are for people who have acted piously. There are really two major divisions there. The planets of those who have acted piously with the desire to enjoy sophisticated sense gratification. Good morning, Hare Krishna. To enjoy sophisticated sense gratification in the next life. And there are those who are pious in a very different sense, who have understood the futility of trying to enjoy this material world and are performing austerities and concentrating their consciousness on the spiritual so that they can become released from this material world, but who are not fully perfect in their meditation. So they are in the very highest planets. And then within the planets of those who enjoy this world, there's Indraloka or Svargaloka. They're heavenly planets, and then there is Siddhaloka, where there are beings who are born with all the yogic perfections. Anima, beginning with anima, then making oneself very small, laghima, making oneself very light, and so on. And then there are demigods, those who are not on such a high level, Gandharvas, Apsaras, who are like prostitutes of the heavenly worlds. And there are some beings who are somewhat between higher and lower beings, such as the Yakshas. And then there are the lower planetary systems for people who may have some piety, but who do not recognize Vishnu. Who are not, they may have performed some good activities, but they're not particularly godly inclined. And they go to the lower planetary systems, and then where there's also much enjoyment, material enjoyment, sense enjoyment. And below that even are the planets of the forefathers, the Pitris, and then the hellish planets. So here on this earth planet, it's a middle point, where the suffering is neither very great like in hell, nor the enjoyment very great like in heaven. And in this planet, the human being, those who take birth as humans, they can, without being distracted by either excessive pain or excessive enjoyment, can consider what is the nature of this world. It's full of suffering, and take remedial measures so that they can be free from the cycle of birth and death. So there's a short summary of the three worlds. Krishna is the Lord and Master of them all. There's not a great long description here. The previous name is Trilokatma, he who is the life of and who moves within all the worlds. So he who gives life to all the worlds, certainly he must be the master of all the worlds. That's understood. There are other names, Sarveshvara. Well, that name in particular means he's the controller of everything. So to call him Trilokeshvara is modification or refinement of that. Trilokeshvara means he's controlling everything within the universe. So you may say, well, that's everything. Well, there is beyond the universe also. Actually, Trilokeshvara refers to one particular universe. This term universe, the English term, it's not very suitable for application to Vedic cosmology, because we use the word universe for Brahmanda, and we use the word universe for Jagat. But Jagat means the whole conglomeration of many Brahmandas. Brahmanda is one egg-like or egg-shaped body, a body in which there are so many planets, and that is called the universe. But then the sum total of them all, the many Brahmandas, the sum total of them is the Jagat, the material world, and above that there is the spiritual world. So to say Jagannath, that means Krishna is the Lord of all the universes, although it doesn't really fit, because the word universe means there's only one. So within each Brahmanda there is an upper, lower, middle and middle planetary system. And Krishna is the Lord of them all. That should be understood. Planets are named after their rulers. Indraloka, Chandraloka, the ruler of Indraloka is Indra, the ruler of Chandraloka is Chandra. We don't usually say Surya Loka. Technically it's not a loka or a planet, it's a nakshatra. No, it's not. That's the, now I'm getting mixed up. That's the modern idea that the sun is a star, the moon is a star. Nakshatranamaham shashi, Krishna says. Among the stars I am the moon. So according to Vedic understanding, the words, they don't exactly translate from Sanskrit to English. If we say star, the Western conception of star, and that which is in the word nakshatra or tara, doesn't exactly, these words are translated as star, but the whole concept of cosmology is very different. So the sun is, there is one sun, one unique sun in all the universes. So Krishna is the master of all the stars, all the planets, everyone on all the stars, everyone on all the planets, and everything in between also. Very useful for us to meditate upon when we're feeling self-importance. Mostly all the time we're feeling self-importance. We're completely bound up in thoughts of I, me, and mine, according to the body that we have. But we should always remember that we're very, very tiny living beings on a planet which seems to us to be vast, but after all it's just one tiny planet in one universe. It's like a mustard seed. in a big bag of mustard seeds in terms of its size. And even the universe we're living in is just one among many universes. And Krishna is the Lord and controller of them all. Good meditation. How small they are. How great is He, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who nevertheless kindly allows us to meditate upon Him and worship Him and approach Him. All glories to Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Trilokeshah is just another way of saying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Can be said like that, can be by saying Purushottam, we mean the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By saying Parameshwar, we mean the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By saying Jagannath, we mean the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They're all different ways of saying the same thing, with different nuances of meaning. And then there are other names. Gopal, which means a cow protector, indicates the same person, but another aspect of his personality. Therefore he has so many names. We're studying Vishnu Sahasranama. So this is the name Trilokesha. Short talk on this. Baladev Vidyabhushan gives the same meaning as do all the commentators, that he's the ruler of all the three worlds and everything within them. All the rulers of the worlds, they're subordinate to him. We may say that, well, in Indraloka, Indra is the controller. That's true. That's not untrue. In Chandraloka, Chandra, the demigod Chandra is the controller. That's true. That's not untrue. But they are provincial rulers. They're the ruler, but they're subordinate still to Krishna, Govinda. Just like within a state, there are various heads of department within the government, chief of police, the head of the whatever, different ministries. They're all subordinate to the chief minister. And the chief minister of a state in India is, at least theoretically, subordinate to the prime minister, who theoretically is subordinate to the president of the country. So in the same way, although it's true to say that the chief minister is the supreme authority in Kerala. What's his name? Anyone know the name? We happen to be in Kerala. Anyone happen to know the name of the chief minister of Kerala? No. None of us here. We're all just visiting here. It's a relatively small state. The names of a big state like UP, the chief minister is well known throughout India. And so anyway, it's not untrue to say that the chief minister of Kerala is the supreme authority in Kerala. But it's not completely true. Because the chief minister is also subordinate to the prime minister, who's the head of the central government. So in the same way, if we say that Indra is the controller of Indraloka, the planet that is named after his post, his position, that's true, but it's not completely true. The complete understanding is that Krishna is Trilokeshah. Krishna is the Lord and Master of all the Lords and Masters throughout the universe. So again, it's very useful for us to meditate upon this as we ourselves are caught up in the consciousness of ourselves, considering ourselves or trying to make ourselves the Lord and Master of the tiny little part of the world in which we live and move. We want to dominate others. We want to shape things, to shape events around us in a manner, and shape people and influence people around us so that they'll act in a way which we consider to be for our best self-interest. Krishna doesn't have to do this. Krishna doesn't have to play the game of political diplomacy at the social level. Krishna is automatically in charge of everything. And sane people recognize he is Trilokeshah. All glories to Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna. We'll finish that. Question?
मुंबई में कुछ सवाल हो जाता है कि धर्म भूमि है यहाँ वर्णाश्रम सिस्टम
यहाँ पर
वर्णाश्रम
varnashram.
स्वर्गलोक में वर्णाश्रम सिस्टम
In Swargalok is there varnashram, yeah? There are kshatriyas, brahmanas. There are merchants. As described even on the heavenly planets, sometimes the merchants get stuck on the sea. There are shudras, there must be servants. So everything is there.
जैसे कर्म करना
But they're not practicing varnashram for the sake of worshipping Vishnu. Here in this world, that is a system for worshipping Vishnu. And there in the heavenly planets they also worship Vishnu. But the very nature of the heavenly planets is that people are not particularly interested in spiritual realization. Hmm? Yeah. Indra is a kshatriya. Brihaspati, his guru, is a brahmana. So there are varnashram divisions up there also. Hare Krishna.